been alright. Well, it looks like we got a little bit of snow last night, which is awesome. It's the beginning of the winter first snowfall. It's like the best snowfall, and pretty soon I'm not going to be able to do this, so better get in a little bit while I can. That's the whole reason I bought this car, was to do this. Almost need a suicide knob for that action. What are we doing today? That better be recording, because that was kind of epic. Not really. Basic city drifting. I preloaded a boiler. That's not really... Is it a boiler? Or is it, I don't know what it is, honestly. It's Millennium Heat. It's that one with the devil on the side, Diablo. It's light as sorry, I shouldn't swear that early, but it's super light, because I like suck it right up to the front of the trailer and it's got like nothing. We gotta take it out by Cynthia. And then he was like, oh, drop that off out there. I took some water gear out there yesterday. Kind of pretty basic day. It was minus 17 though yesterday. God damn. Figurative speech, not the other. I know. Don't use the Lord's name in vain. We went out there and it was kind of a cluster because 3 other trucks showed up right behind me, and we're in like a teardrop lease, which is old school. So when you're doing the water gear, you just kind of get to drop stuff off wherever, in the middle of nowhere, somewhere here, there. Today I think I'm going to the lease, because usually the heater will go to right at the water source or on lease. So I loaded it yesterday. Nothing too eventful happened yesterday. Everything went pretty good. He phoned me at like, what time was it? Like 3 or 4 in the morning, because somebody phoned in sick, and he's just lucky I heard my phone, because usually it's off and I ain't listening. And he's like, can you be at Tsunami at 7 a.m.? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then I read the text. It was supposed to be 2 trips out to, we're on Etta Lake Road, what is it, Pem? Like, what the fuck, these stupid names? I'm like, just call it the fucking Pembina or something, or just call it the Cynthia. Take your pick. Why do we have to have like these tongue-twisting names? It's just like, if you're saying it and you're calling every kilometer, Pem. I'm like, it's stupid. I'm like, it's not a lisp. I have a large, fat, big old tongue. It takes up a lot of room in my mouth. And sometimes I talk pretty lazy mouth. Someone's only said that once or twice. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. I got thick skin. You're not hurting my feelings. Oh, traffic circle. Oh. Snick off Reno, you off salt. Bro, you wrecking the shit. So yeah, sorry. I have a hard time. Like, I could never be like car journalist because I have a hard time like pulling off doing stuff and talking if I'm like doing some like drifting. But it's not very often you see the journalist talking while he's in a slide. But Tiff Nadal, that's different. Those two dudes. Oh, what's it? Jason Plato and Tiff Nadal. Those guys. What is it? Fifth Gear. The other car show I like to watch. On top of Old Top Gear with Clarkson, Hamster, Captain Slow. Yeah, that's the shit. That was my favorite, but man, it was sad. They were on Amazon, and then they did like a few shows, and then they're like went to just doing specials, and then I haven't watched the last one. One More for the Road, and that's it. They're dropping. They're not doing it anymore. I was kind of like, man, I knew it was coming because they're getting old, but I was like kind of sad. Man, move aside, battery power coming through. And so that's kind of sad for me, but Fifth Gear is still a great show, and I like watching it too, so those guys are pretty good. What else to talk about? Yes, I'm still driving the Hyundai because the TT had, I don't know if I explained this yet, but it has Mag Ride, which is like Audi's high-end suspension. So it's kind of got sport mode, and then it's got I want cushy old man ride, and it's electronic, and the button is you just push a button and you have different suspensions. So that's pretty cool, but it's also expensive, and the light was on the dash. So I'm like, they had to recertify it because it was on the lot since like April or something. So AmVic dealer license, which is great. I kind of know a little bit of it because AmVic came into play when I was a young teenager, 19, and working at a car dealership. That's right. I worked at a dealership. I wore a suit and tie, did my hair and shit, because my wife was like, well, my wife now, then girlfriend, was like, I'm married to an oil field worker. I'm like, you're in Alberta. It's gonna happen one. So I tried many other things and tried to be the man she wanted me to be, but the oil field kept calling my name, and so did the paychecks and the money and the trucks, because you wanted to drive those awesome trucks. I hate flashing lights that change back. It counted down to 1 and I was ready to start slowing down because it's icy, and it changes back to walking signal with stay green, which is better than changing to red. You. Why? Nothing's here. It's expensive. So I'm glad I'm not paying for it. And supposedly winter's bad for them. Whoa. I beat the plow to work for once, so that's nice. Last year I didn't have the exhaust, so it was pretty gay. It was very quiet. But anyway, so they have it. I was hoping to have it. I'm panicking trying to find like winter tires, but the car has 19-inch freaking tires on it, and then that costs like $2,400 to get like brand name tires. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's too expensive, man. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy some used rims that already have winter tires on it, because you can find them. Of course, now I'm combing. I want mint ones, so I'm looking for like the best. One time I was doing this drift and I was trying to keep it, was it in my Subaru or was it in something? I don't remember. But I tried to slingshot it for this and the gate wasn't fully open. You'll notice this gate has a slight bend to it. I did that. I'm just looking at it right now. Because I came in trying to make like a combo drift and didn't quite make it there. And ran into, just slightly pushed into the gate and bent it. It was before we had cameras, so thank God. I think that was with my Subaru. I think that was the first time I scratched it. Brand new, first winter. And that's when I decided I can't have new shit because I just wreck it. Drift it. He'll see all my marks and then he'll want to get doing it. An automatic would be gnarly for it. So we got new neighbors, aka Boundless. So now we're down 2 more stalls. So that's room for 2 more trucks here. It's gonna really suck. But I'm over here now. Same spot. Oh yeah, I gotta grab new tire chains. Supposedly they got me another set and camless. So I was noticing I pretty much wore out my other set the other night when I was down the A road. It's weird. Now that I got a new compressor, this one had more. I don't know, I'm really drawing a blank to what the fuck's going on. Dryer? Some people are like, it's probably the aftermarket turbo. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, honestly. probably clean the tail lights. Not the greatest spot. This should be a turnout lane, but due to the snow cover. Of course, here comes a bunch of vehicles. Doing the pee-pee dance too. Been fairly snow covered all the way up to here. Oh yeah, completely covered. It's not gonna last long, but I gotta make some important turns coming up here. That is thick. Didn't need chains yesterday, but with the grader probably worked himself out yesterday and he ain't grading this morning this early. What was it? Yesterday? It was around 10 when I was out there. Valley celebrating 75 years. I'll give them the jigs. I'm celebrating too. They got it all prettied up there a little bit. Chains to shake the load, so might as well chain up here now where it's nice and wide. I don't know what the lease road is like, because where I took the water gear yesterday was, they seen the chain up sign, so they're like, everybody needs the chain up. It was literally flat all the way in. Didn't need chains, so I put on the old welfare one side, just in case if it was Vermilion's request, you know. Sometimes the oil company be like, we want you chained up. I'm like, okay, we didn't need it, but whatever, it's not my money. And I have to do some trimming because I know these ones are pretty much ready to go in the garbage. Was my one good set. Now they're, well, I've had them on the truck since. I've got it. I grabbed the bag this morning, but I just put it in my parking spot. I'm like, I'll deal with that later. I got enough to get by today. But they don't look too bad. They're pretty rounded on one side, but there's no way to really combat them besides putting them on backwards. It's not really backwards, but I'm only gonna get one extra link on there. I'm gonna have a lot of tail too. C5 guys get lots of tail.
Hello there. It's been a while since I got some tail. I see you hanging around quite a bit. You come to these parts often? Can I help you?
Come on, guys. There's still some life left there. Yet again, didn't grab my new rubbers. I gotta get a pair of bolt cutters so I can just trim them as I go, because I always just never do it because I'm lazy. Maybe a touch too far. Oh, someone's flossed it. Gross. But at least you're flossing. Oh, rubber gloves, slippery. Oh, snow down the glove. Of course. requested I didn't want to chain up in the dark anymore. Not that they would be exposed right now. I was like, my last truck didn't have working chain up lights, even though it had them. And then this one is the same thing. I'm like, I'd love it. I'm fine if I don't have them on the truck, because then I don't have them. But having them and then not having them work, hate that. It's not super cold, but it's winter. Don't go down the glove, fuck. Two, we're good. Must have previously trimmed these ones. Get out of there. Either that or I got my sets mixed up. Oh, cold finger. You okay? Petrified gloves. Empty lowboy 0 centem. I'm like, did you get all the way to the Vermilion Lace at all on the Edda? He's like, no, he's just doing this 10K stretch, just doing corners. We said there's probably another grader at that end doing the same thing.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay tonight. Pretty how you work hard for me, but forgetting how to talk. Nah, I don't like no humble beat. go and spice it up. Now it's time to marinate. And right after we're done, I like it when you're looking like that. Don't like it when you shit, try shit. I like it when you're looking like that. Or shy, try fun, don't mind my reaction. I like it when you look like that. Don't wanna watch a bugger with a white mouth. Just like it when you're looking like it. No sweets, no rush, you can't fight my attraction. Don't think twice, I'm here for a moment. No, I like him better. I got a church place, help me end up, make it last forever. I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me. Why forgetting how to talk? Now I don't like no humble beats. Suss it up. Now it's time to marinate. And right after we're done, I've been giving you the worst of me. Give me a second, I'm at the weapon, I'm no vegan. I bleed, I'm off the leash. Go down on your knees, bitch, I got PhD. I'm all that you need. You just give me those. I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me. Why forgetting how to talk? Now I don't like no humble beach. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marry.
I guess we're going right here. I think I stopped. Pinetta. Kind of looks like there's like no rhyme or reason how they put up their bump jacks. And it's just like kind of do-do-do-do-do. Where everybody usually puts them back to back in a row. I don't know, maybe they like it better that way for getting the service rig up to them. Who knows? Maybe it was back in the day before they started doing that. This area is super rich with like pads everywhere. Like, I'll show you an exploded view of what it looks like around this area, and there's I don't even know. I would guess like hundreds of thousands of wells out here. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, of course, it slid off the side of the rolls. It must have been just enough lean. I had it not quite centered as much as I'd like to normally have it. But my roll lifted up higher than when the back went down. It was over top of the pin. I was like, oh no. I'm like, it was still catching 2 more pins on the back of the trailer. So I'm like, okay, well, as long as one more shake, we'll see what it does, or else we'll have to readjust. So you just put the rolls back down. Then I would have to like crank her hard and then get some pins in on that side. Just to keep it from sliding that way. But it's on snow, right? And that's what happens a lot in the snow. Shit just goes wherever. Sometimes it goes straight off, nice and slick, but not always. Sometimes stuff like that happens. Thank you, Northern Renovations. Somebody living out here? Probably going hunting. A lot of guys are out here hunting right now. It's a miserable day for that, but where I went and turned around after dropping off the water gear, there was a hunting tent all set up like just off the lease. Teardrop there. I was like, huh, cool. So yeah, I had directions to go to the lease. I still had to go like another 5 kilometers and a couple turns, and then I just seen the trailer there. I'm like, hey, that's Demon stuff. And the guy kind of waved at me like he was just waving hello, and I stopped. I was like, is this where we're going? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, it's a good thing I stopped, because yeah, I'm sure he would have got me on the radio. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that, but it's nice to be not on lease. You just kind of do your own thing and be your own person on the side of the road is kind of nice. But yeah, that heater, he's like, it only weighs like 20,000. I was like, huh, that's pretty neat. I'm like, I did notice it's pretty light. It's kind of a, well, it's nice and then not nice, because it doesn't shake that nice because it's light, right? It's not banana, so anyways, we'll get out of here. I don't know if anything else is going to be happening today. I was supposed to go to Cochrane after with a fuel skid, but they wanted it way earlier, so somebody else had to do that. So let's just hope I don't have to do anything else today, because then I'll take the opportunity. I got to drive to Calgary and get winter tires and rims that I was like eyeballing up, because I'm like, I'm going to get a car, and I don't know if it's rather on all seasons or summers. So I'm like, I've been like trying to buy this car for like a month, but we couldn't get it into Macassa, my buddy's shop, to have a look-see, and now Ford's fixing it. So, and I'm sure, I don't even know what they're doing. Guy hasn't contacted me and told me what was up, so he just said they got hooked up to the computer, got the fault codes. I think they told them what they need to change, and they're changing it, but they're not a European car specialist. I hope they do all right and they don't fuck up more shit, but whatever. Who knows? Maybe they got a guy there that kind of knows Euro cars. Ford's got some pretty intricate stuff now too, so should be. When it's $120,000 Raptor Bronco, it's like, holy. Oh. it's radio controlled, but it's not radio controlled. I'm like, why? It says this road is not radio controlled. Lad 1, and it gives you all the names of the roads and everything, but nobody's calling. I'm like, all right. But anyways, see what else will happen today. I'm sure this is way more than enough footage that I got now. Just sorry you missed out on the loading. I also screwed up the other day and missed unloading that heater, that manifold minion that I brought back from out on
Road 9 on Rosen Road.
Oh, that one's all in line. From the A road. That was up Obed, D-High, Daylight, Monica. That had a pretty crazy little hill, but you've already watched that video because this one will come after. But I totally showed up to unload it. It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I'm just like, bleh. I'm like, I don't want to be here. And I started unloading it, and it got a little crazy because it's got a flat bottom. The whole bottom's flat, one piece of steel, and it went wonky off the rolls. And I was like, oh, well, that's awesome, because you're only allowed to have the 1.5 inch pins. And once you put the rolls up, guess what? You're over top of the pins if it slides in that direction. It barely catches pins when it's on the trailer flat without the rolls up. So it's a horrible design, sketchy. I'm almost at the point, right to refuse unsafe work. This definitely falls in that spot. Seen 2 snowmobilers today. Oh, you guys are hardcore. Like, there's not even... Fuck, these things are so stiff. What do we got? Let's say we got like 2.5 inches of snow. My hubs look really clean. Oh, brother. It's gonna be messy. Is there any legs in here?
Well, you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dane.
So if you fold your legs down and try to force it, it just packs all the snow. And then it doesn't work. Uh-oh. Shit. Of course. It's gonna be even worse when I go to grab it. We're definitely letting it cool down. This is a good rule. Welcome to Canada. Yeah, that's a pretty decent build-up. Sick. Oh shit. Guess that's. Damn, man, that's like. Guess we got more than what I thought. It's got to be a good 5, 6 inches. It's like, yeah, because I trust you to tell the weather.
No, I don't like you. I think you're a fake cop. The sound of your piss hitting the urinal, it sounds feminine. If we were in the wild, I would attack you. Even if you weren't in my food chain, I would go out of my way to attack you. If I were a lion and you were a tuna, I would swim out in the middle of the ocean and freaking eat you. And then I'd bang your tuna girlfriend.